Good day, everyone. So today is July 4th, and today is Thursday, wherein we have high impact news for today, particularly NFP and unemployment claims. I already put into mind to my mental trash bin that, in most cases, I will not be taking a trade today since this is a low probability day due to NFP, right? But I'll show you my initial bias for the day in terms of higher time frame narrative. Actually, I built my setup earlier before NFP, but most of it got taken out, particularly the pre-existing London highs around this area was taken out early when NFP came out. You see this um, huge pump as soon as the news came out. All right. So as of now, this is gonna be my narrative for the day. Again, in most cases, I will not be taking a trade, but I will definitely update you guys if I either take a trade or most likely go forward test. Okay, so let's go with the higher time frame narrative. I always go with the higher time frame first, and I'll explain to you all what I wanted to see. So currently, this news made a new London high over here, but we didn't create it at some sort of higher time frame pairs S&P, which is what I was looking for because for me, the strong drawn liquidity for the day is to take out all of this session lows. It's relatively stacked or relative because it is relatively equal or stacked session lows, and that's just really strong drawn liquidity. Particularly, I want to take the trade on Nasdaq because comparing it to S&P 500, the session lows here on Nasdaq, the London lows and Asia lows are a lot closer together, which is gonna make it a lot easier to get. Apart from that, we can see all of these low resistance liquidities that are just strong dose on liquidity, and price can definitely just wreck through that. And tomorrow we're gonna have a bank. Tomorrow we're gonna have a bank holiday, so in most cases, um, the price action will be trash, and we're definitely not gonna trade on that. So that's my bias or my drawn liquidity today. Bearish for the day, and I want this London lows and Asian lows to be taken out. Particularly, I want to take it on Nasdaq, but if ever we have uh internal S&T out of open, um, we'll consider on that. But looking on the lower time frame, specifically here on the 1 minute, I'm seeing that out of market open, we can possibly have um, a bearish S&T on Nasdaq because these are equal highs. S&P 500 can take these highs and give us some sort of S&T like this, right? Out of open, that could possibly happen, but we don't predict the price. We anticipate and react on what it provides us. You shouldn't create, instances or images or particular setups in your mind before taking a trade because you're just going to be most likely predicting the market, and the financial markets doesn't work that way because the market can just show you where it wants to go, and you just have to abide on that. So what I wanted to see here out of open, I want a bearish S&T here, an internal bearish S&T, and I want to just be freaking sorting at all of these lows, and that's just gonna be perfect. If we see that, I'll be taking a trade, like live trade, but I'm definitely de-risking 0.5% for the day. But if we don't see that, we're surely not gonna be taking a trade. We're just gonna be forward testing. At least we showed up and see how the market is going. That's all. I'm gonna update you later if you take a trade or not. But this is looking good. If we actually do close below it, see if this plays out. To close below, I'm gonna be risking like 0.5% on this trade. Okay, guys, I'm currently in. Just using 0.5% this trade. So let's see when where we're gonna go on break even. I'll go break even as soon as we inverse this gap. This could be a TP1. Yeah, definitely this is my TP1 right here. These are other internal rates liquidity, but it's the overall draw, but I don't think I'm gonna be holding my trades up to this lows. If ever I do hold my trade, I'll just be taking partials, right? So I'm expecting the CISD and this fair value to hold if I ever do retrace. So I'm just gonna set my take profit since I haven't set my take profit yet. You close above this break even point. I mean below this. Okay, you haven't yet. So I'll just put my stop loss. Maybe take profit on this major lows right here. So this is just gonna be runners, but I would be taking um probably most of my contract probably at this low or at this internal low. Depends on the current price action. Anyway, guys, I proved that I'm in the trade. My stops are there. We're low-key failing on inversing the gap. Have we inversed the gap here? Actually, here on my phone, if you would actually take a look, with inverse the gap. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna put my stops to break even now. Actually, guys, I was just about to not follow my rules. So I followed my rules here, but inverse the gap. So and these are low probability conditions. So I'm just being extra cautious here. I put my stops to break even currently. These are low probability conditions. I don't want it to be putting, definite risk on the table. But I do believe we'll see here if we do have a deep retrace. There's a possibility that you retrace onto the CISD, onto this fair value gap. But I'm already in break even. You can see here. Just being extra cautious today since um fantasy day, low probability, but I think actually based on this line, we did close on my break even point. You can check. But it seems like I'm gonna stop on break even. I don't really mind it. You can see that I'm just being extra cautious here. But I'm still gonna record everything. So how many RRs that are like for this? Because if ever, in most cases, this will just be our forward test for the day. And yeah, I'm got tagged. I got stopped out and break even, guys. Here, I got stopped out on break even. You see, I'm actually expecting this um to displace out of this, but I don't feel bad about it. This is should be a no trade day, but I just found a setup. It was clean, but just lack displacement, so I'm not risking it on a low probability day. Yeah, that's basically for the my trade for the day. I'll update you the result of this forward test, but I'm not really looking forward to any of what will happen here because I'm just truly not gonna trade and trying to chase the price. It's NFP guys, but as I've said, I'm expecting this to hold, which it did. It's looking actually pretty good, but I just follow my rules here because the break even just said here and on my phone we already had on break even. Yes, I did have strong conviction this trade because it's an A plus setup. It's looking really good, but I'm just being extra cautious. It's an NFT day. CJR isn't even trading, so it's better to have a BE day because a B day is a green day. So yeah, the extra cautious, protective your capital in this type of market conditions because it's definitely low probability and putting risks on NFT days isn't the best idea. As a profitable trader, if you would ask yourself, do profitable traders do that? Most cases, they don't trade NFT, so why would you if you're unprofitable? I hate back on you guys if you ever get stopped out or um, this just literally goes into the direction you're looking for. Current P&L for this week. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Catch you next time. Hi guys, just a little update. We got stopped out and yeah, I'm really thankful with the decision I took because I had conviction of myself, but I need to follow my rules as well as understand that we are in low probability conditions. Because personally, um, I just want to hold this trade. I just have that strong conviction of this trade. Because the models presented itself, but you need to understand whenever there are low probability conditions, and your setups that usually works might not work on that day. And with that, you just need to have that deep understanding that every single day is a different day. The financial markets isn't like a pattern trading. You need to understand the narrative, the higher time for narrative, where the price wants to go, as well as, fundamentally on what's happening, economically. And thankfully, I was looking on my broker, because according to my broker, I closed below that break even point and inverse that gap. You can really see here. I'm not sure if it's gonna be clear or what, but I did close below it, but I didn't want to close because the price is just doing its thing. It's looking good. It looks like we flipped bearish. We have now flipped the order flow from bullish to bearish, but you have to always follow your rules. It's not just being greedy and oh, I feel like just the price is gonna keep flooding down. The model presents itself. I'm just gonna just trust on that, but you need to follow your rules. If your rules say go break even there, go break even there. This is what I always remind myself, guys. There's this one quote that I've read before that before execution, you need to be reactive. You need to anticipate the market, not predict it. You need to understand what the price is telling you. Does it want to go lower? Does it want to go higher? Don't be hyper fixated on the lower time frame and also hyper fixated on the higher time frame in terms of analyzing. All right. And whilst you're being reactive before the execution, during execution, you need to be proactive. You need to play it like a chess. In chess, there, you already have moves planned in mind because you've already practiced that multiple, numerous, endless times. And if you relate that to trading, you've already back tested it. You've already seen that it works, and on the times that it doesn't work, you've already seen it multiple times on the live markets. When does it work? When it doesn't work. You need to play the game, right? You need to use your chess pieces accordingly. You need to use it effectively and with purpose that abides with your rules, all right? And with my rules, I need to follow that. Whenever we close below -1, we should go break even. Or when that -1 is close to some sort of iterate that against the trend of what I'm trying to take, I need to either inverse that, disrespect that. In this case, I did actually inverse it based on my broker. So I just follow that and I saved myself losing 0.5% here on the day. So yeah, this is just a reminder for you guys to always follow your systems because you always price above or fall to the level of your systems. You could try to that. You don't rise or fall your intended outcomes. It's always your system. If you fail, the problem is your system. You need to find the root cause and don't just base the efficacy based on the outcome. So that's all for today, guys. Hope you became extra cautious and defensive in this market because it's not recommended to trade during NFP. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Peace.